What is up, guys? Thanks so much for coming back for another episode. I am that boarding school dude, and welcome. We're going to get right into it. I mean, look, this school needs no introduction. I'm feeling good. We're just coming out of COVID-19 quarantine. I just got a haircut for the first time in 4 months. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I said, give me the slick back Wall Street, Scott Disick, Lord Disick haircut. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I don't know. I'm going to test it out for a week, two, to see if I like it. If I don't like it, guess what? I'll just chop it off. It's just hair. Okay, so let's get into it. Phillips Exeter Academy, also known simply as Exeter. Here we go. Okay, guys, so Exeter. What can I tell you about Exeter? I don't know. Historically, it's been called the best high school in America, the best boarding school in America. Exeter tops every single list of every category that you could ever think of. Highest endowment, $1.3 billion. They can pretty much do whatever they want. They've got all the money in the world.
Hey fellas, look what I found in my pocket. Look, a year's salary right here. What I call them? Fun coupons. Yeah? A fun coupon.
Anybody that gets accepted to Exeter whose parents make $75,000 or less go free. Pretty cool. They go free. And not only that, I believe that their boarding school yearly tuition is around $55,000 a year. I believe the average financial aid that each student gets is around 42, 43, maybe 45,000, something like that. In terms of what you get, man, what a deal. Holy smokes. Famous alumni, Dan Brown, who wrote Da Vinci Code, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook. Literally, there's probably about 100 other people that went there. Look, guys, the bottom line, if you get into Exeter and you graduate, you're going places.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great.
Let me just say that you're probably going to an Ivy League school. To Harvard or Yale or Princeton or Dartmouth or Brown or Columbia or NYU or MIT. Yeah, that's what an Exeter education looks like. Getting back to all the top list, highest endowment, highest SAT score, lowest class size, most extracurricular activities, most sports offered. The list can just go on forever, period. It's Exeter. Look, I have super high expectations for what we're about to see. I believe the video that we're going to take a look at is called A Day in the Life at Exeter. Great. Let's take a look and see how it compares to some of the other schools. This is the place. Apparently, this is the place. Now, I will say that I do know one person who went to Exeter. I am just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to crack a beer. I'm going to sit back. Guys, I'm just going to sit back and relax. And I'm going to enjoy this with you because this is what all the people talk about, and the who of who's and the what of what's and the why of whys and the Exeter. Nice. Whoa! Whoa. Guys. Are they serious with that audio? This absolutely better not be a trend throughout the entire video.
Oh, yeah. 2017 proved us wrong. It could get worse.
Thank God. it just me, or does it seem like there's a ton of students at this place? Nice science building. Wow.
Identify it, you might mistake that application. Right. So this is always attached to this algae.
47 years this guy's been teaching there. Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy has some sort of like Nobel Award like in his resume.
Yeah.
This place looks like a university. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of like streets with cars, and I mean, this campus must be huge. Look, I don't know much about chamber orchestras and symphonies and all that. This looks like a nice space. I mean, this looks like an audiophile's like dream. Okay, if you have a music teacher and their first name is Rohan, you win. You win. Period. I don't think it gets better than that. So I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but I'm seeing like a lot of like new buildings and not that many old style looking buildings yet. I'm assuming they're probably going to come, but I think that's kind of cool if that is in fact the case. Yeah, I mean, I think that just kind of lets you know that they're constantly building new stuff here. That's like super important. Okay, this almost, and I have no idea, but this almost kind of makes me feel like one side of the campus is like academic and the other side is like dorms and like dining halls or something. I could be wrong though, but I kind of get that feeling. And not for anything else, but this video it's interesting because like it's giving me the vibe that it's just like a very approachable kind of not snotty place to be. I mean, I'm sure that there are like definitely like the snotty cliques there, but I think that when you're at like the best high school / boarding school in the entire country, I don't really think that you need to prove yourself to anybody at this point. I mean, I guess their like reputation and history kind of speak for itself. And I say that because a lot of these boarding school like marketing videos, they're really like trying to pump you up with a ton of info and like check out this and that and that and this. They're just kind of like check it out. All right, I'm seeing one bed in that bedroom, and if that's a single being just one person lives in there, I mean that's a pretty sweet room for boarding school. You usually have a roommate. That's pretty awesome.
Walk away in Spain and then we're doing spring tracks. So it does spring tracks too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Should join surf in the spring.
lights out. Ah, there you go. I got a great eye. The facilities crew maintains 1,320 acres of buildings, grounds, and sidewalks. Guys, that is a huge campus. I wonder how much of the campus they actually use. But man, that's big, real big. Game time with ESO volunteers and Harris Family Children's Center kids. I mean, look, guys, when you have $1.3 billion in your endowment, you can afford to bring in like daycares and all sorts of things and just be like, yeah, use our space. Who cares? I mean, we're not using it during this part of the day. And I bet you that's what's happening. And they should do that.
Don't do it. Somebody must have.
Water polo. If they had water polo at my boarding school that I went to, or either of the boarding schools that I went to, I think I would have joined. I think I would have tried out and played. Every time I've ever watched a water polo match on TV, those guys are always like jacked. Like I could be that. I bet these guys are just like powerhouses. Turf field? Absolutely.
Pause just for a second. You want to pull right or left to one of the cones. Pull left or right. All right, from that wide cone.
Guys, what's so funny is that when I was in high school and on the field hockey team, that's what our coach said to us. Pull right and left and... Just kidding.
In between. Perfect. Just like that. Pull left or right. Start slow and then add speed.
But not for anything, but like I feel that if you were on any sports team and you go to Exeter, I mean, you're playing schools with such a rich history and tradition that every single game is like bragging rights for such a long time. I mean, I can't even imagine being in that league. I think that that would be literally like for all of you guys out there who are athletes or played high school sports or college sports or whatever, I mean, when you have the opportunity to play on like one of these teams in one of these leagues, I mean, I can just imagine that like the crowds are always going to be like pretty generous. All the facilities that you use are going to be like top tier, and all the rivalries that you play against, they're going to be like so meaningful. I mean, sign me up. So guys, notice where the students are sitting in this class. I mean, they're all sitting in a circle. I know that I covered this in one of my previous videos about the difference between educating students when they're seated in circles rather than like rows and columns, but if my memory serves me correctly, I believe that this style of teaching was founded at Exeter. So obviously it's working because they are producing some pretty high caliber talent out of their seats. What did that just say they teach 8 modern languages at Exeter? 8? I don't even think I can name 8. Spanish, French, German, Mandarin. Russian. Is there any other languages worth learning? No offense, but okay.
Yeah,
How late do classes go here? Okay. These buildings look pretty cool. I mean, they're not the greatest I've ever seen architecturally, but they're pretty cool. I wonder how many dining halls they have on this campus. I have to assume that it has to be more than one dining hall, right? Am I wrong for thinking that? I think that there has to be like 2 or 3. And also when I'm looking at this like dining hall and dining facilities, like for some reason I'm getting the thought in my head that it kind of reminds me of like a cafeteria at some like Silicon Valley tech startup. Like, is this what the dining hall of Google looks like? I don't know. I think it probably does, or it's like kind of similar. Google's is definitely nicer. Like, I would love to go here. I mean, that's nice. Oriental rug.
Just practicing. Like, this video is really bad, so I can't do any tricks on it.
Get back to studying. Don't you have like capitalism to destroy? Actually, it's probably the other way around.
Wait, what? Oh, my speaker's connected. Oh, hey.
Guys, like, I'm studying, but trying to do something else at the same time, guys. This place is big.
I guess we could make student quote box. You could do student quote box above.
The oldest continuous publication in secondary. The first issue was published April 6th, 1878. That is a really old school newspaper. I mean, and I kind of get the feeling that with all the things that we've seen here packed in a very short amount of time, that I kind of feel like whatever it is your extracurricular focus is at Exeter, like not only would you be supported by having like great support staff and facility, but I almost kind of feel like there's a possibility that you wouldn't even know everybody that went to your school. I'm just getting that vibe. I mean, I think there's over 1,000 students here. I wouldn't be surprised because it looks like that. That's really big for boarding school. It's almost like college. When I said this is like college, this is better than college.
Okay. Yeah.
College will leave you $250,000 in debt. On average, this place will leave you $40,000 in debt over 4 years. And if your parents make less than $75K a year, you leave with no debt. Amazing. Use a couple more outdoor floodlights, don't you think? Look dark out there.
I can tell you we had
like really tough match against Andover last Wednesday, but you know, we gotta come back. We're coming.
Okay. So, Exeter's full name is Phillips Exeter Academy. Their rival, I believe, is the Phillips Andover Academy. The Phillips family started both schools. I believe that Exeter is older. Andover is like maybe 5 to 10 years. Came 5 to 10 years after that by like the uncle of the guy who started Exeter. Man, that's like a 250-year-old rivalry or something. That's amazing.
What's your favorite part? Pep rally? Yeah, pep rally. The game itself, definitely. Yeah, I like pep rally. That's awesome. But it's getting kind of late. Why don't you guys head up to bed?
The Red Bandits, is that what I'm pretty sure that Exeter's like school colors are like maroon and white or maroon and gray, or I think it's maroon and white. The Red Bandits. Is that what like their name is? The Exeter Academy Red Bandits? I don't know. That doesn't seem fitting. I kind of feel like it should be like the Phillips Exeter Academy like World Taker Overs or something. I don't know.
Good night, Steve. Good night.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they called that lady Miss Duke. Her last name was Duke. It's interesting. I know at some schools, like we used to call like our like dorm faculty and stuff like that, like by their first name. Like, yo, what's up, Ted? Hey, what's up, Bill? Or whoever it was, you know. Sometimes you would say teacher, like, hey, teacher so-and-so. Or, you know, teacher Jake or teacher Pete. Or, but I guess they have to say Mr. and Miss here. Whatever. Guys, look at that, like, dorm hallway. You have, like, eggshell-colored walls, and you have, like, lavender-colored doors. I mean, like, that's, like, I've never seen that before. I mean, like, this place is, like, it's number one for a reason, I guess. Okay. Okay, guys. Wow. Exeter. I mean, when you talk about, you know, when you talk about and you have conversations about like the elite, the best of the best, it's Exeter. I mean, let's be honest. And if it's not Exeter, Exeter has to be in the conversation. The top 5, the top 3. I mean, guys, there's a reason why it's been around for so long. It has the largest endowment in the entire country. I mean, money is no object at this place. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, so what? That doesn't mean anything. It does. Okay? Believe me, it does. You can bring in the best coaches. You can bring in the best teachers. You can build the best facilities. Some of the greatest minds have come out of this institution. I wonder if it's because of the way that they approach academics here. I don't know, but if any of you guys went to Exeter, comment down below because I want to know. I don't know what else to say except that if there was ever an institution where their reputation precedes them, it's this. Because I'm finding it extremely hard not to be biased with my dude score. However, I'm going to give it one. That boarding school dude, Phillips Exeter Academy, 9.75. 9.75. Now, you might be asking yourself, why not a perfect 10? Why not a 9.9? I'm going to tell you why. That boarding school dude always feels like there is room to improve on everything. And even though we're talking about a school that has to be in the conversation of the best, there's always room for improvement. Now, where does that improvement come? I'm not sure yet. but I know it can be there. Maybe it's the food. Maybe it's the dormitories. Maybe it's the diversity. Maybe it's the fact that they have the largest endowment, but everybody doesn't go free. I'm not sure what it is yet, but I know that there's always room for improvement. But I also know that I wouldn't be doing Exeter any justice by giving it lower than a 9.75. Guys, Exeter, it's the gold standard. If you don't know that, I'm here to tell you. Everyone should aspire to be able to send their children to Exeter. Why? If you want your kid to be president one day, give him the best chance. Although I will say this, I'm almost positive that George Bush and George W. Bush went to Phillips Andover Academy. So anyway, there's a big rivalry there. There's a reason why all these mega rich people send their kids there, because they want the best for them. And I'm here to tell you, it's probably Exeter. Guys, thanks so much. Another one in the books. This would be episode 7. Again, I don't know how I'm feeling about this haircut. 4 months without a haircut will kind of make your mind fizzle a little bit. Comment down below. Let me know if you're liking it. I'm just not sure right now. I mean, I feel like I could use a little bit more like styling cream or like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much. If you haven't already done so, please like the video, subscribe down below. But before I go, let me just tell you this. In the last video I said, let me know what state you want me to do a review from, and I'll pick a school from that state. I heard back, the choice was Texas. But I gotta tell you, I was pretty disappointed with the showing of what Texas had to offer. I'll probably do that one next, but I gotta be honest with you, there's some reasons why I kind of had to disqualify it. And I'm gonna tell you why in the very next video, but until then, thanks so much. I'll see you soon.